I saw your shadow standing by the station light, like a scene I kept alive on countless nights. The city moved, but everything in me stood still. Time folded softly against my will. You turned around and there you were again. Not a dream, not a memory, not back then. Just you with that familiar way you breathe. And suddenly the air was hard to leave. 離れていた時間まで今は愛しい思える。会えない日々があったからこの瞬間が光る。 I had rehearsed 1,000 lines to say, but every polished word just slipped away, because the truth was beating far too loud inside my chest, beyond the crowd. You came back like warm light after rain, like a melody returning through the pain. Every lonely evening, every unanswered sky led me to this moment, led me to your eyes. No need for perfect language, no grand design. Your hand in mine is already a sign that love can lose its way and still remain and find its way home through us again. やっと会えたこの距離に戸惑うほど胸が鳴る。名前を呼ぶその声で昨日までがほどけてく。We walked a little slower than we used to do, as if the night itself was making room. Streetlights painted gold along your hair, and I kept thanking fate that you were there. There were stories sleeping in your smile, miles of silence hidden in that while. I wanted to ask where all your sorrow stayed, but your eyes already told me what it weighed. 言葉より先にそっとぬくもりだけ伝わって寂しさを埋めるように肩が少し触れ合った。 Maybe love grows deeper when it learns to wait, when it survives the distance, doubt and wait. Not untouched, not easy, not unchanged, but somehow even more beautifully arranged. You came back like dawn over the sea, soft and certain right where you should be. All the empty spaces, all the aching rooms opened into color, opened into bloom. I don't need to ask the stars what this might mean. You're standing here and everything is clean, like all the scattered pieces knew your name, and every road I walked was worth the rain. もう二度と会えないと思った夜もあったけど、この世界は優しさをまだ残してくれてた。 There was a tremble hidden in your laugh tonight, a little proof that you had known the fight. And I could feel the miles still on your skin, the seasons that had changed where we had been. But love was not erased by passing days. It waited quietly beneath the haze. And when your fingers finally touched my own, my restless heart remembered where it's home. 遠回りした二人でも間違いだけじゃなかった。なくしたように見えたものちゃんとここに残ってた。So let the past be part of how we shine, not as a wound, but as a truer line. I'm not afraid of all we've traveled through. It brought me back to you. You came back like spring inside the cold, like a forgotten fire taking hold through the voices pulling at my mind, too many reasons telling me to hide. But somewhere underneath the weight and noise, there was a quieter and steadier voice, not loud enough to drown the world away, yet strong enough to ask my heart to stay. 迷いの中にいても消えないものがある。誰にも見えなくたってこの胸は知っている。 I don't need a perfect sign, I don't need the stars to align. If there's a spark that still remains, then I can walk through doubt and pain. Oh, I believe in the fire I keep inside, in the steps I take when I've got nowhere to hide. Even if the road bends out of sight, I can still move forward through the longest night. No borrowed faith, no borrowed dream. I will trust the soul that lives in me. Through every fall, through every climb, I will believe in my own time. まだやれるという旅、少し未来が近づく。答えはすぐなくても歩く意味は消えない。 I used to think that strength was standing tall, never trembling, never breaking at all. But now I know the truer kind of grace is keeping hope when fear is in your face. Every scar has made the picture clear. I did not lose myself by being here. I learned that even shaking hands can build, and wounded hearts can still refuse to yield. 遠回りした日々も無駄じゃなかったんだ。悔しさを抱えながら So I'll stop waiting for permission now. I've worn enough of silence on my brow. The door may not be open wide, but I still have the will to try. Oh, I believe in the voice beneath the fear, in the truth that keeps on calling me near. Even when the sky is hard to read, there is something in my chest that leads, not someone else's map or light. I will trust my own unfinished sight. Through every doubt, through every storm, I'm becoming something strong and warm. 大丈夫じゃない日でも終わりなんかじゃない。揺れながら進むことも強さの一つだから。 No one can promise how the story ends. No one can carry me around each bend. But I have seen the way I still return to what I love, to what I have to learn. And every time I thought I'd fade away, a hidden part of me refused to sway. It held a match against the wind and rain and taught my soul to rise and start again. 信じることはきっと簡単なことじゃない。それらも選び続ける、その旅道になる。If I get lost, I'll learn the shape of night. If I grow tired, I'll rest and keep the light. I do not need to race or prove. I only need the nerve to move. I believe in the heart that still survives, in the will that keeps returning to my life. Though the silence sometimes feels so wide, there's a steady pulse I cannot deny. Not flawless, not fearless, still I stand with my own future resting in my hands. Through every shadow, through every sign, I will keep believing, one day at a time. restless echoes, tangled nights. Every doubt was leaning on my chest, like I knew the places I protect the best. But the mirror didn't turn away from me. It held the shape of who I'm meant to be. Not broken, not late, not out of place. Just a soul learning power at its own pace. 昨日までの痛みを無理に消さなくていい。その傷が知ってるんだ。ここまで来た意味。When the road gets narrow and the light burns thin, I can still hear a fire moving under my skin. No applause, no rescue, no magic sign. Still I rise because this life is mine. Stand up, heart don't fade tonight. You were born to push against the tide. Even if the wind cuts deep and cold, there's a stronger story waiting to be told. Take one more breath, step into the flame. You are not the fear, you are the name. Shout through the silence, let your spirit run. This is your hour, your becoming has begun. 負けそうな朝もある、立ち止まる夜もある。それでも行動は言う。まだ終わりじゃない。I have carried invisible mountains alone, built my will from splinters, dust and stone. There were days I smiled with shaking hands, try to look unheard, try to understand why some dreams are right through shattered glass, why some seasons ask too much to pass. Still somewhere in the ache I found a deeper kind of faith without a sound. 遠回りした景色に悔しさが滲んでも、遠く見えたあの場所へ確かに近づいてる。Every scar has language, every fall has weight, every locked up door can teach a different gate. I don't need perfection to begin again, I just need the courage not to bow to pain. Rise now, soul from the dust inside. There's a wild horizon in your stride. Even when the sky forgets your sun, keep moving forward till the dark is undone. Trust your feet, let the old chains break. There's a new kind of strength every choice can make. Call back your hope from the edge of the night. You are still becoming, and becoming is fight. 大丈夫というたびに少しだけ強くなる。見えなくてもこの胸に明日はもう灯ってる。 No one else can walk this mile for me. No borrowed wings can set my future free. So I'll gather every fragment left behind, turn regret into a sharper state of mind. I'll learn from the cold, from the loss, from the rain, make a ladder from the pressure and the strain. Not to prove that I am never afraid, but to show fear itself can be remade. 涙の跡はきっと弱さの証じゃない。何度でも立てるっていう静かな宣言だ。If I tremble, let it happen, I'm alive. If I'm weary, I can pause and still survive. I am not a machine, I am blood and breath, and I've already made it through 1,000 little deaths. So let the thunder talk, let the past be loud. I will answer with a soul that won't bow down from the ashes of hesitation and delay. I am building someone braver day by day. 昨日の自分を超えて、今日の自分を抱いて、明日の扉を開ける。その鍵はこの手にある。 Go on, heart, let the whole world hear. You have walked through doubt and still are here. Not by luck, not by someone else's grace, but by meeting every shadow face to face. Lift your voice, let the sleeping sparks ignite. Fill your veins with morning, flood your bones with light. From this moment on, whatever may come, you will meet it standing, you will not come undone. I am not behind, I am on my way. I am not too weak, I am learning every day. この命で進んでく、迷いさえ連れてく。Through the noise, through the ache, through the climb, I will meet myself in a brighter time. When the next hard season calls my name, I will walk and leave stronger than I came. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My favorite jacket leans beside the door, faded at the sleeves, but I love it more. It carries every little change in weather, city wind and sunlight stitched together. There's a pair of sneakers by the floor, scuffed white lines from 100 streets or more. They know the rhythm of my restless pace, every corner of my ordinary days. 少しくたびれたシャツもなぜか手放せなくて、あの日のクリキや匂いまだ残っている。 Tiny things can hold a universe so wide, a private kind of comfort I don't need to hide. No gold, no noise, no glitter in display, just the pieces of myself I chose along the way. These are my favorites, the colors of my life. Soft worn denim, old playlist morning light, a quiet coffee shop with steam upon the glass, the kind of place that makes the heavy moments pass. A ring of keys, a notebook with a folded page, small beloved details growing with my age. Not perfect, not rare, not shining from above, just simple little landmarks made of memory and love. お気に入りの景色には派手なものはいらない、心がほどけてゆく、それだけで十分。 There's a corner table near the window seat, where the sound of cups and low talk gently meet. The roasted air, the buzz of distant rain, makes the inside of my mind feel calm again. My coffee cools beside an open book, and no one there demands a second look. I like that kind of almost hidden space, where I can simply breathe at my own pace. 遠い慣れたあの店は特別な名所じゃない、だけど私にとってはちゃんと帰る場所。 Some treasures never need a grand design. These are my favorites, the texture of my days, clean white laces, tell me songs familiar ways. A cup of something bitter with a gentle heat, a trusted pair of shoes that always land me on my feet. A hoodie in the evening, record spinning low, the streets I take when I don't know where else to go. No borrowed taste, no need to imitate, just the honest shape of all the things that make me feel like me. ふと選ぶマグカップや何度も履いたブーツに言葉にしにくいほど愛着が宿ってる。 I've got a watch that's slightly out of date, still I wear it like a lucky little fade. It isn't bright, it doesn't beg for praise, but it has lived beside my busiest days. A canvas bag with corners soft and down, a favorite cap for walking through the town. The scent of paper, coffee, cotton skin, the quiet art of feeling settled in. 新しいものも好きさ、でも惹かれるのはいつもその感じ、時間を吸ったもの。 Maybe that's the reason I hold on to the places and the things that I return upon. Not because I'm scared to let the old things go, but because they taught my heart a slower glow. A booth in the back, a lamp with amber shade, a route through town that's somehow never fades. Even silence feels more tender in those scenes. Like life is kinder in the spaces in between. お気に入りあるだけで一日は少し優しい大げさじゃない幸せがちゃんここにある My headphones know the songs I always choose The kind of color cloudy afternoons A paperback with notes along the side A line or two that feels like home inside I love the scent of coffee on my coat The trace of weather caught in every fold And every item resting in my room Has learned the shape of all my highs and gloom 気分で選ぶ指輪や机に置いた小さな鍵そんな些細なものまで私の一部になる These are my favorites The map beneath my skin The places where I soften The things I carry in The shop around the corner The chair beside the rain The shoes that keep on walking through the pleasure and the strain A jacket with a history A cup held in both hands A thousand quiet choices Only my own heart understands No need for loud approval No need to justify I built a gentle kingdom From the details in my life My favorite things are not just what I own They're proof of how I've wandered, changed and grown ささやかな愛着が今日の私を作ってる In every thread, in every street, in every place I stay There's a soft reflection of the person I became And when the world feels fast and hard to read I return to what I love And find exactly what I need Like the night had changed its hue Soft city light falling all over you The room was loud But somehow I could hear A different kind of silence Drawing near Your smile was not the kind that begged for show It moved like something warm and quiet glow And in the space Between one breath and two My guarded little world Close to you 目が合ったそのだけで髪かけ始めた言葉より席にも心が気づいていた I try to keep my balance, play it cool But love has never cared for careful rules A tiny spark can turn the air alive And suddenly the ordinary shines You feel like a song I already knew Somewhere deep inside before I ever met you Like moonlight on the floor, like rain on summer streets A tender kind of magic moving through me Quietly, no rush, no noise, no need to force a sign Just your hand near mine and the world slows in time If this is where my restless heart begins Then let me fall and fall again into this feeling恋をするって多分派手なことじゃなくてふとした声や仕草に優しくほどけること We took the longer way beneath the neon sky simply there. In every pause, in every passing glance, my heartbeat learned the language of romance. 少し触れた指先に大げさなくらい戸惑う。それなのに嫌じゃなくて、むしろ愛しくなった。Maybe love is made of little things, of almost touches, half finished sentences, of staying near when nothing grand is said, and feeling whole in all that's left unsaid. You feel like warm free turning to my skin, like morning through a curtain quietly coming in, a softness in my chest I cannot hide, a brighter kind of truth I no longer fight. No need for perfect words or borrowed lines. The way you say my name is more than enough tonight. If this is what it means to be seen, then let me stay right here inside the sweet in between. ありふれた帰り道も今日は違って見えてる。隣にあなたがいる。それだけで変わってく。There's something in the way you turn to me, as if my flaws don't ask for apology. You look like you can read the storm I keep, and still choose not to run, but stay with me. I never thought a heart could open slow and still feel like a river set to flow. But here I am, less afraid than before, wanting not less, but a little more. 恋はただ眩しいだけ、そんなものじゃなかった。弱ささえ見せながら近づいていくものだ。So if the night grows deeper, let it be. I'm no longer scared of what this means, because in your eyes I've started to find a softer shape for all this life of mine. You feel like home I hadn't found before, like standing in the rain and still feeling warm, like every lonely page I turned alone was leading to the place where love would finally grow. No fireworks needed, no dramatic skies, just this quiet wonder lighting up my eyes. If love can bloom this gently, this true, then I want to keep discovering the world with you. Morning opens slowly by the edge of blue. Silver light is falling where the shoreline moves. Sun remembers every step without a sound, and the tide keeps drawing little circles round. I can hear the world grow softer with each wave, like the sea knows every tired part to save. Salted wind is brushing gently through my hair, and for once there is no weight I have to wear. 波の音に任せて深く息をしてみる。急いでいた心まで静かにほどけてく。 No crowded room, no restless city street, only sky and water learning how to meet. In this open air my thoughts can drift away and come back lighter than they were today. By the sea, I remember how to breathe in the hush between the waves and me. Every little sparkle dancing on the tide feels like peace I thought I left behind. Barefoot hours, sun upon my skin, the kind of calm that reaches deep within. Nothing asks too much, nothing pulls too hard. The ocean makes a quiet place inside my heart. 言葉にしなくてもいいそれが海の優しさ Afternoon is golden on a weather chair Coffee in my hand and sunlight everywhere Children's laughter floating somewhere down the coast Seagulls turn in circles like a drifting ghost I watch the foam collapse and rise again A small reminder life can heal and bend And every rolling line that finds the land Feels like time itself is breathing through my hands 好きな音楽流してただ遠くを眺めたり何もしない贅沢を海はよく知っている There's a freedom in the way the horizon stays Wide enough to hold my doubts for days And every breeze that cools my face Makes the heavy parts lose shape By the sea, the hours slow and shine Wave by wave I lose my sense of time All the noise I carried from the week Fades into the rhythm underneath A simple chair, a towel, an open sky And suddenly I don't hear reasons why The ocean gives without a single word The truest kind of comfort I have ever heard 死後の香りの中では少し素直になれるうまく言えない気持ちも風がさらってくれる Evening paints the water amber, rose and gray And the sun slips low in its unhurried way I listen as the shoreline starts to sing With a softer, deeper, slower kind of ring Footprints fade behind me one by one Like little worries disappearing with the sun I sit and watch the colors leave the air Feeling like the world is kind for being there 沈んでく夕日までちゃんと見届けたくなる今日という一日のこと少し好きになれる Maybe that's the beauty of the coast It asks for almost nothing, gives the most A place to rest, a place to clear A place to feel completely here by the sea I find a gentler pace in the rolling hush in the open space Every wave arrives and lets go clean Teaching me what quiet really means From morning light to dusk, last glowing line The ocean turns the ordinary kind Into something soft, forgiving, deep and free And every time it brings me back to me